He's too reckless to control money. My father yelled in court. The judge opened the file. All right, so picture this. You're 29, you've built something real from nothing, and then, out of nowhere, your own father is screaming across a courtroom that you're too irresponsible to handle money. Can you even imagine? It felt like a knife twisting in my back, a betrayal so deep it still makes my blood run cold just thinking about it. If you had told me a decade ago that my dad and I would be facing off in front of a judge, fighting over finances like bitter enemies instead of family, I would have laughed in your face. But that's the thing about family, isn't it? You never truly believe your own blood will try to cut you down until the blade is already in. See, growing up, it was clear where I stood. I wasn't the golden child. That was my older brother, Matt. Matt got the new cars, the private lessons, the trips abroad. He was the one my dad proudly showed off at dinner parties. Me? I was the quiet one, the dreamer, the kid who loved books and numbers more than sports. And apparently, that made me a disappointment. Dad never said it directly when I was little, but you could hear it in the endless praise for Matt, the way he barely acknowledged me. When I tried to talk about my interests, finance, investing, the numbers that fascinated me, he'd just wave me off with a chuckle. Tyler, you're too soft for that world. You'll just get chewed up. By the time I hit my teens, I'd learned not to expect fairness. Matt sailed into a good college with Dad's full financial backing. I, on the other hand, had to scrape together scholarships, loans, and multiple part-time jobs just to afford mine. I didn't complain. I told myself I'd prove myself on my own. And honestly, that became my mantra. I wasn't going to beg for scraps of approval. I was going to make it on my own terms. College was brutal, but I thrived. I buried myself in finance, late-night study groups, internships where I was fetching coffee, but secretly devouring every spreadsheet I could get my hands on. By graduation, I had a job offer at an investment firm that most of my peers would have killed for. But even then, my dad didn't care. I remember calling him after I got the offer, buzzing with excitement. That's nice, he said, flatly. But you should really think about something more stable. Those firms chew up young people and spit them out. The bitterness, man, it just grew inside me year after year, but I tried to bury it deep. I just focused on work. Slowly, I built my reputation. Promotions came. Bigger accounts landed on my desk. My world started expanding, and eventually, I got the chance to run a large investment fund. Today, that fund manages over $50 million. It's not just money, you know? It's trust, it's massive responsibility, it's years of grinding effort. And I'm not saying this to brag, but to show you the absolute irony of what came next. Because despite everything I achieved, my father still saw me as completely incapable. Family gatherings became unbearable. Dad would toast to Matt's new promotion, Matt's new car, Matt's new house, all while sneaking little digs at me. Don't blow all your money on silly things, Tyler. Or, maybe one day you'll catch up to your brother. I just sit there, picking at my food, reminding myself that his validation meant nothing. But God, it still stung. Things finally exploded after my grandfather passed away. He left behind a sizable estate, and there were complications with the will. To my surprise, I'd been given a significant role in the inheritance distribution. Probably because my grandfather, unlike my dad, had always believed in me. He used to tell me, you see things differently, Tyler. Don't let anyone convince you that's a weakness. My dad absolutely hated that. When the estate proceedings started, my father made it his personal mission to undermine me at every single turn. He actually claimed I couldn't be, and then, the part that shocked everyone, watch full story.